Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 38 of my story. So, I end up calling his mom. I wanted to reach out to her and talk to her because, a lot of the times, me and her, we had a very close relationship. She came over and visited with us a lot. She was one of the only people that when I needed to go somewhere and I needed a sitter, she kind of like kept the kids. So, me and her, we had a really good relationship. And so I reach out to his mom because I want to talk to her about his action. And so I'm calling her to let her know, he's done all these things. He's making all these babies. People are coming back saying this stuff, and she really doesn't know any of this stuff is like going on like that. So I'm pretty much spilling all the beans to her at this point. And I'm also telling her that I talked to him and I let him know that, I'm looking for a place and that I'm going to leave and that he's going to be left there in that home by himself. And so I'm going into the conversation that me and him previously had when he was basically talking about unaliving me, telling me that, I don't know the thoughts that he's having or things that's going through his mind and how he's done all these things for me. And basically telling me that I'm the reason why so many men end up in prison. And so I'm not understanding what he mean by that because I have not done anything or asked you to do anything that was out the ordinary. I was simple then and I'm still simple now. Like he was the flamboyant person. He was the person that wanted all the expensive cars, all the expensive clothes, just everything, the jewelry and all. Not me, I wanted to live just a good, simple, cozy life. And, you know, at this point he done ruffled my feathers a lot with the games that he's been playing. And so I'm talking to his mom and I'm telling her. And she's basically telling me that, she's sorry that she didn't raise him like that and that, I shouldn't be telling him that I'm gonna leave him because when you tell men that you're gonna leave them sometime, that's when they think about hurting you. And so I'm telling her, like, I'm having an honest conversation with your son. Like, I'm letting him know, like where we stand. Like, this is not a relationship over here. This is not a happy home. This is not a unity situation right here at all. He pretty much does whatever he want to do. And I pretty much don't even care anymore. So what's the point of it? And so, she's understanding that part or whatever, but just telling me, I need to keep everything on a hush or whatever. And so I decided, I'm gonna take me a little mini vacay away from the home. I talked to his mom about keeping the kids. I want to go visit my family for a little bit. They come down not that often, but they come down and they visit with us whenever. And we have the kids get out of school one day, and I'm taking them to the park. I'm telling them, hey, I'll be back. I'm gonna go around the corner. Me and the kids, we're gonna walk to the park. And so we're heading down the street. We'd have made it all the way down the street, and we're getting ready to turn a corner. And out of nowhere flies this black truck. Don't go back down there. I think the police are over there. And so I'm like, what? And a person drive off. Like this guy has on a bald hat and everything. He screams this real fast out of the truck window as he's turning the corner. So I turn around and I look back and so when I get back home with the kids and we enter the home, I'm like, hey, because they're in the living room and they have this big dice game going on. And so I'm like, hey, you didn't hear the police? They said the police were down here knocking on his door. And so he was like, yeah, but we didn't open the door. We shooting dice. And so I was like, well, a truck sped out of nowhere and basically yelled at me not to come back down here because the police was at my house. And so he was like, what? Somebody said that? And I was like, yeah. I said, but they saw me when I was walking up and they didn't say anything. And I seen them knocking from door to door. Phone rings. And so I'm answering this phone call and it's the constable office now. And so they're basically saying, we just left his mother's house and we have some papers that we need to serve him with. And so I'm kind of like, some papers, like what kind of papers? They say, oh, it's some papers from the court that needs to be delivered to him. And so me, I'm pretty much saying, he has an attorney. Normally his attorney would take care of that. They say, well, no, this isn't nothing. He's not in any trouble. We just need to make sure these papers get to him. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, well, he's here right now. Hold on. And so I give him the phone. Get up the next morning. I'm kind of excited. It's my daughter's birthday. And so she's in the first grade. She wants a party with her classmates. And so that was my duty for that day. I was going to get my sons ready when I got back home, drop them to my sister, and go ahead on and get her cake and cupcakes and ice cream and bring this food on down to the school. I told her right after lunch. So that morning, I'm doing the girls' hair. I'm getting them ready for school and everything. They're looking cute as ever, like always. I head down the street taking them to school. I noticed that this SUV passes me by. And then it makes a U-turn. It goes in another direction. Well, I get them to school, I get them hugs and kisses, and I tell them that I'll see them after school, and I leave. Well, I'm almost home. I'm on the phone talking to my mom because I every morning I made it my business to call her and talk to my mother for at least 15 minutes in the morning. So I hang up the phone with my mother, and I'm almost home when out of nowhere, this SUV that has passed me by like twice already before pulls up behind me with the lights flashing red and blue, and they jump out, a female and a man with vests that say FBI with guns drawn, telling me that I'm under arrest.